Okay. All right. Sorry about that. Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning back in once again to the original Queen QueenAShakur show. Okay. We're live on one channel only today. Okay. It's been a bunch of crazy stuff going on. YouTube does not want to let the Queen go live. Okay. If you all only knew how many hoops and barrels I had to jump through to get here. Okay. Hello, Claudette, Silent D, my aunt Egypt, Cherie, Tia, Nessie X, Bithia is in the house. All right. Shout out to my moderators putting in work. All hell nah is here. Cherie, Chris B. Okay. Moni is in the house. Let's get ready to get black into it. And so with that all being said, I hope everybody else finds the live. Moderators, all hell no says ScrewTube is ghetto. Yes, they are. Moderators, please share the link to the lives. Okay, please keep sharing the link to the live. Okay, hopefully the ones on that usually go to the other channel will come over to this one. All right, because I saw there's about 400 views for the live that started this morning and ended after 5 seconds. Okay, they cut the live. Okay, so anyway, let's go ahead and get into it. Let's go ahead and get into it. Hey, Claudette, Eileen in the house. Okay, with that all being said, let's talk about it. First things first, let me pull up my receipts. So if you all remember the story, hold on. I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you all. Please be sure to like and share this video. You all know they have the Queen Shadow Band, okay? All of this crazy stuff that goes on is proof of that. Also, please double check to make sure you're still subscribed to the channels if you have not done so already, because sometimes they unsubscribe people, as you know. Please go ahead and subscribe or unsubscribe if you don't like the commentary. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Dr._A_Shakur, on TikTok at Dr. A Shakur, and Twitter at DGoddess27. Okay, let's go ahead and get into it. Now, you all remember the story that I told you about the black woman who was, and I showed you the video footage where the woman was holding her daughter or her baby in her arms, and the policeman punched her in the face. Once in the chat, if you remember that story, I reported it a couple of weeks ago. Woman holding a baby, her and her friend told to get out of the vehicle, and the cop punched one of them in the face while she was holding an infant. Do you all remember that? Okay, you all are putting ones in the chat, so clearly you all remember. Okay, so let's talk about the update, because now the woman is going to sue, as she should. Says black mother punched in face while holding her baby during traffic stop, sues Los Angeles Sheriff's Department. Now, we know this department has a history of nefariousness, specifically when Sheriff Alex Villanueva was there. Now he's gone, but it's still got the same BS going on, because let's not forget, they have police gangs in this department, okay? It is a known fact. Villanueva admitted to it, except he didn't call them gangs, he called them cliques, and said there was nothing he could do with it when he was in office. Said there was nothing he could do if people go around joining cliques and getting inked. Okay, he knew darn well they were gangs, the banditos and the executioners. I've been telling you that for years. And so a black mother who was punched in the face by a Los Angeles County Sheriff's deputy while holding her infant last year has filed a federal lawsuit against the county and the deputies involved in the violent confrontation. Now, in a newly filed federal civil rights lawsuit, Yayo Russell claims that the deputies involved in the July 13th, 2022 incident used excessive force in her wrongful arrest. They say the county has had a practice and a custom of using excessive force against Antelope Valley residents. Okay, this is what Attorney Jamin Hicks says. He said this at a news conference announcing the lawsuit. He added that Russell spent several days in jail away from her child, who was just weeks old at the time. She had no idea where her child was. Hours and hours, she had no idea if her child was okay. This is all so nefarious. Okay, all over some BS. All over some BS. So with that all being said, hold on. Hold on. Let me see how I can okay, let me share my screen so you all can see this. I didn't realize they had a video to it. So hold on, they have a video clip. Let me share my screen. Lights up. Okay, there we go.
Attorneys announced that they have filed this lawsuit on behalf of the child and mother. As you mentioned, the child was just a week old when this incident happened about a year ago, and they shared this video. Take a look.
Report, bro. They wrong. They wrong. They wrong.
The incident happened in Palmdale. This was July 2022. Attorneys say they filed a federal civil rights lawsuit alleging excessive force against the County of LA and deputies. According to the LA County Sheriff's Department, deputies pulled over the car for not having its headlights on. They discovered 3 women with babies in their arms and no car seats. The male driver was arrested on suspicion of DUI, and the women were arrested on suspicion of felony child endangerment. The incident happened before Sheriff Robert Luna's term began, but came to light when he recently released the video. Authorities said the deputy has since been taken off field duty. The sheriff called the circumstances unacceptable. Now, attorneys said today that during the stop, the occupants were ordered to exit the vehicle. Yayo Russell was holding her baby, and she begged the deputies to let her sister pick up the baby. Attorneys say during the arrest, Russell was punched in the face twice by a deputy.
Another very important part about the lawsuit is that once the children were out of the car, there was family on the way to pick up the child. So the sheriff
Russell was punched in the face twice. Were ordered to exit the vehicle. Yayo occupants were ordered to during the stop. The occupants were ordered to exit began, but came to light when he recently released the video. Authorities said the deputy has since been taken off field duty. The sheriff called the circumstances unacceptable. Now, attorneys said today that during the stop, the occupants were ordered to exit the vehicle. Yayo Russell was holding her baby, and she begged the deputies to let her sister pick up the baby. Attorneys say during the arrest, Russell was punched in the face twice by a deputy.
Another very important part about the lawsuit is that once the children were out of the car, there was family on the way to pick up the child. So the sheriff's department could have just easily allowed the child to go with Yayo's family, and this would have alleviated the need for force and arrest.
Russell, who was at the news conference today, didn't speak. Attorneys spoke on her behalf. Attorneys say Russell spent 4 days in jail, separated from her baby, causing her distress.
Miss Russell was in jail for 4 days, hours and hours. She had no idea where her child was. Hours and hours, she had no idea if her child was okay. This was a newborn baby, just 10 weeks old when this incident happened.
So we stand strong with Miss Yayo Russell, and we will hope to rid the sheriff's department of this warrior mentality.
The FBI confirmed that this incident is under federal investigation as well.
Okay, they said it's under federal investigation. You see that? Now, they know they were low down and dirty for that. And at the end of the day, I would have been worried sick, as I'm sure she was. Why didn't they just let the sister take the baby? But they want it to be difficult. And then we know all the stuff that goes on with CPS. So quite frankly, I'm sure she was concerned about that as well. But just low down and dirty. I hope she sues them for every penny they have. And the thing is, like I told you all before, when these types of incidents occur, they need to not only sue the police department and the county, but they need to sue the officer, specifically the officers involved individually. Okay? And then start hitting them, putting liens on their insurance so they can't work. That's what people need to start doing. This is all so nefarious, honey, but this happens all the time to people who look like us. Pay attention. Now, as if that wasn't bad enough, now you all remember the video that I showed you about the low-down officer who punched who allowed the canine to attack the black man. Okay, even though he was down on the ground with his hands up, he was clearly compliant at this point. Now, here's the thing. He did drive away. He first stopped when the police were pulling him over, and he drove away. Now, didn't I tell you all that he likely continued back driving because he was afraid, because they all had their guns drawn? Why did they just approach black folk with their guns already drawn at a traffic stop? Somebody make that make sense. They're not going for a robbery, a burglary, a hostage situation. Someone's at a traffic stop and you just instantly stop them with their guns already drawn. Of course he was scared, and who wouldn't be? Okay, it's all so crazy. But let me pull that up. Everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance. Okay, here we go. Likes up, everyone. Please get the likes.
Unleashed a police canine on an unarmed suspect who had his hands already in the air, doing so despite another officer yelling to him not to do it. ABC's Alex Prochet in Ohio tonight.
Do not release the dog.
Tonight, a canine officer is under investigation and on paid leave after he appeared to command his dog to attack this unarmed black truck driver following a chase in Ohio. In body cam footage, a state trooper repeatedly warned an assisting local police officer not to release his dog on the man whose hands are up.
Do not release the dog with his hands up.
But that officer appears to signal for the dog to attack.
Get the dog off of it!
The 23-year-old driver, Jadarius Rose, given first aid and arrested.
Nobody's trying to hurt you.
Just let a dog bite me.
And the trooper who warned against using the dog, baffled.
Was that not loud enough?
You said it 3-4 more times.
Authorities say it all started when the driver failed to pull over for a missing mud flap. Troopers chasing that semi for 26 miles, at one point ordering the driver out of the truck at gunpoint before he takes off again. Calling 911, telling a dispatcher he doesn't feel safe.
I was about to comply with them, but they all had their guns drawn out for whateber reason.
You need to pull over. You're going to get yourself in more trouble than what you're already in.
I haven't even did it. I don't know why they're trying to kill me.
Today, Circleville's mayor telling us that canine officer Ryan Speakman is now facing a review.
It's an unfortunate situation, and we look to get it resolved very, very soon.
The local NAACP saying that attack brought back horrible memories of dogs used on civil rights activists.
Saddens me that in 2023, we have officers who are unleashing dogs.
David, the mayor here tells me that review board will issue a report by Monday, but ultimately any disciplinary action taken against Officer Speakman is his call. As for that driver, he was treated at the hospital and released, and he faces a 4th-degree felony for failure to comply. David?
Alex Prochet in Ohio tonight. Alex, thank you. There is an investigation now underway after police.
Okay, I find it very interesting that they said he's facing a 4th-degree felony for failure to comply. The thing of it is, how was he failing to comply when he called 911 himself and said that he was afraid because they had their guns out and he thought they were trying to kill him? So I'm sorry, how do you get charged for that? Because here's the thing. Once I do remember, a friend of mine who's a nurse was on her way to work. She's getting pulled over on a dark road. It's raining. It's late at night. And she was afraid. So she continued driving and she called 911 and she told them where she was, that there was an officer trying to pull her over. She said there was no lights out. It was really dark and it was a dark road and raining. And she said she didn't feel safe. So she was going to go to a well-lit area. She said this on 911. So she kept driving and got to a gas station. When she stopped. The officer gets out irate, of course, and going in on her because she didn't stop immediately. When she explained to the officer that she was on the phone with 911 and that she didn't want to stop because she felt that it was unsafe to do so in the dark. Okay, the officer still had an attitude, but there was no charges pressed. Okay, she'd already called the dispatcher and let them know what was going on. So if someone's trying to elude or evade the police, why would they call 911? Okay, please make that make sense. That's the thing. Black people are damned if we do and damned if we don't. If you're afraid for your life, we're not allowed to be afraid for our lives. I just want you all to pay attention. We're not allowed to be afraid for our lives. That man stopped his truck, saw they had guns drawn, and he was afraid. And who wouldn't have been? This is a traffic stop. Why are you pulling out guns? Now, the fact that he spoke to 911 should let them know that he wasn't trying to do anything malicious. Okay? But like I said, we are damned if we do and damned if we don't. Because even when you comply, they still let the dog attack you. I just want y'all to pay attention. Okay, Softly Love said that cop knew exactly what he was doing. Yes, he absolutely did, beloved. He absolutely did. Low down and dirty, okay? Low down and dirty. Now, let's talk about the Irish singer, Sinead O'Connor, who has died at age 56. Sinead O'Connor was the one who sang the hit song that was written by Prince, Nothing Compares to You. Okay, we all know, for those of you who don't, you'll know now that she ruined her career when she went on Saturday Night Live, I believe it was, and tore up a picture of the Pope. Years ago, she tore up a picture of the Pope, and so they didn't like it, so they canceled her. And that was prior to them having cancel culture. Okay? So anyway, he wanted to sick the dog on him for kicks, shaking my head. Well, of course he did. That's the same thing they did back during slavery. They would sick the dogs on people. They did it during civil rights all throughout Jim Crow, and they continue to do so for no valid reason other than to get their rocks off. Okay, to get excitements. Okay, euphoria. That's what it is. It's just sick. Timber Dan said nothing compares to you, Queen. Oh, Dan, flattering will get you everywhere, beloved. You all are something else. But yeah, Sinead O'Connor has passed away. At the end of the day, I won't miss her. This is the same woman who told those lies on Prince. How many of you remember that after Prince once in the chat, didn't she recently diss Michael Jackson? Honey, she probably did on purpose. I'm not surprised. But do you all remember, how many of you once in the chat, if you remember when she lied and said that Prince had beaten her? Now, this was after Prince died. If Prince put hands on her, why didn't she say that to his face when he was living so he could defend himself? You see, this is something that often happens when there is a legendary Black man. They have to always disparage him even in life, either in life or death. Now, Prince had no sorts of scandals in his entire life. Then all of a sudden, after his demise, this woman comes out claiming that he beat her. Girl, sit down somewhere. What did Prince slap her with? A feather, please. Okay. We all know Prince wasn't violent. She needs to have several seats. But anyway, she'll have a whole lot of seats now because she's down there in the afterlife down below, I'm sure. Now let me continue. Now this is a deplorable story. This really brought tears to my eyes. This is really sad. Okay, so a wife of a rapper who abused caged children says that she was also a victim. Now, I don't believe that. I don't believe she was a victim because, lady, you're an adult. If you saw what he was doing to these children and you didn't have anything to do with it and weren't complicit, why didn't you just come out and say something? Call the police, take the kids and run, do anything, do something. Now, listen to this. The Las Vegas woman charged with failing to protect her children, okay, her child and 6 stepchildren from her husband's abuse, says she could not intervene because she was also a victim of his violent personality and was scared for her life. I don't want to hear this BS, because when women talk about this kind of stuff, but you stayed there, you didn't try to run away, you didn't try to get help, you didn't do anything, I'm not falling for it. She was likely complicit. She says, I'm scared for my life and my other kids and my family. This is what Amanda Stamper, 33 years old, told the Las Vegas Review Journal why she allegedly did not stop her husband. Well, she's saying all this now because she got locked up with him. Okay, Travis Doss, he was abusing her stepchildren and her child. They say it's hard for people to understand that unless you're in the situation. That's what she says. Okay, I'm not falling for the BS. Stamper was arrested alongside Doss, age 31, on child abuse charges on June 11th, when Stamper called police from a drugstore to report that she was scared of her partner. Now, here's the thing. Police subsequently found 6 children ages 2 through 11 injured, starving, and alone in their 1-bedroom apartment. This is all so sick. Where 2 of the older boys were locked in pet kennels. Had them locked up like dogs. Stamper is now facing 7 counts of child abuse and neglect. She said, I was dealing with a monster. Doss would use my children and my family. Like if I was ever to call the police, like, you know, go find my family and my kids. He's just a really violent person. Well, how long did she take to find out he was so violent? And why didn't she get out early instead of sticking around? I just have questions. I'm not buying her story. When she finally did tell, I think that she already knew at this point they were going to be caught and she was just trying to get her alibi together. That's just what I think. Now, Stamper testified against her husband at the grand jury hearing. The would-be musician, who also goes by the rap persona Trap Montana, is facing 33 counts of child abuse and 2 kidnapping charges, in addition to separate charges of sex trafficking and living on sex work earnings through force of threat. According to Stamper, the couple moved from Atlanta to Las Vegas in January of 2018 in order to earn money in the sex work industry. So she moved there with him. Like, I'm not buying this. She added that she felt like she had no choice but to participate in his schemes because he would beat her and threaten to take her young child away if she refused. It's always been pretty bad. Anytime I tried to stand up for the children, though, he would lash out at me. This is what she alleged on the stand. Despite the charges against her, Stamper continued to insist that she had no part in perpetuating the abuse of the children. Please sit down somewhere. I'm not falling for that. Okay, I'm not falling for it. Let me pull up the video of the news report so you all can see this. First off, let me show you their faces. Okay, these 2 thugs. I'm not buying that lady's story. I absolutely think that she was in on it. That's just what I think. I could be wrong, but hey. This is her right here. This is her. And this is him, Travis Doss. A straight up thug. First of all, what's she even doing with him? He looks like a whole nefarious devil. So anyway, let me pull up the footage. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance. I think this is it right here.
Disturbing video as police rescue 2 small children discovered locked in a cage. The 2 adults who live there now behind bars themselves. Thanks for joining us at 6. I'm Brian Loftus.
I'm Denise Valdez. 8 News Now investigator David Charnes first told you about those arrests. Now he has video you're seeing first on 8 News Now. David?
And we do want to warn you that this video is hard to watch. Police say they found 6 children, all under the age of 11, all showing signs of child abuse. 2 locked in that cage, and one of them with injuries so bad, police say his father thought the boy was dead.
Hey, it's Metro Police. We just want to make sure everything's okay.
A Metro Police officer's body camera rolls as she and her partner try to get into this extended stay unit.
Can we get a third unit to our location?
Officers are outside the door on Valley View near Flamingo after meeting up with 33-year-old Amanda Stamper and 31-year-old Travis Doss at this store across the street. According to grand jury transcripts, Stamper told police Doss had sent her a photo of his 11-year-old son, saying he believed he had beaten the child so hard he was deceased inside this cage.
She already talked to your parents, okay? You need to open the door so we can talk to you.
Officers are talking to a child behind the door who refuses to remove the security chain. You can hear the small voice.
We want to make sure you guys aren't hurt.
We're not hurt. We're fine.
I can't leave until I physically see you, sweetie. Please answer the door.
After about 10 minutes, a maintenance worker convinces the child to let the officers in. The adults cross the threshold, finding the 6 children alone, 2 padlocked in a small cage.
Hey, guys. Hey, call it for animal control.
Officers struggle to open the lock.
You're 9, sweetie? Okay.
Cutting it and freeing the 2 young boys. One badly beaten and severely malnourished, with swollen eyes, open wounds, and scars.
Oh, baby, come on. Okay, sweetie.
Police lead the children into daylight, several of the 6 telling police their father said never open the door for strangers.
Sweetheart, it's okay. It's okay, baby. It's okay.
The badly injured child saying on video he hadn't eaten in days and that his father would hit him with belts, cords, and according to police, this pan. A detective telling the grand jury he kept saying that he was always hungry, that he needed big food because he was a big boy now, and that he would have to share like 1 large fry from McDonald's with his 6 siblings.
I hit my face on the cage because I was squished up trying to get out of the cage because I had all this noise and I was freaking out.
A prosecutor to a detective. Did the 11-year-old mention to you how often he was locked in the dog cage? He said all day, every day. He said too long.
Not a bad kid. This is just a really crappy situation, okay? And we're going to get you some help, and this is not going to happen again.
That child survived, but we do not know right now where he or his siblings are. We are told they are all doing okay. The 2 adults charged have pleaded not guilty. We asked to speak with the officer there who saw the compassion from her and the other officer who helped her. Metro declined our interview request, citing the ongoing court case. I'm David Sharns, 8 News Now.
That is absolutely deplorable, okay? Did you hear that poor child say that he'd have to share a large fry from McDonald's with the 6 siblings? So 6 of them eating 1 large fry. That's absolutely sick. Okay, I hope they never get out of jail. And then the father of the child, the biological father of one of the children, said that he thought the boy had been beaten to the point that he was deceased. Anyway, that's all egregious, but here's what they say. They say that when the officers gained entry, they saw the 11-year-old and 9-year-old boy in the dog crate. The older boy had 2 black eyes. I want y'all to pay attention to these devils. He had 2 black eyes that were swollen shut. This is absolutely sick. 2 black eyes that were swollen shut, multiple marks and bruises all over his poor little body, and he was emaciated, according to documents. He says he hit me in my face in the cage because I was squished. I was squished up trying to get out of the cage because I couldn't do anything and I was freaking out. The child probably has claustrophobia. Wow, some people are just straight up devils. Don't even belong on this earth. After he was arrested, Doss told police that he believed the child was already dead. Oh, he's the one that I thought they were saying that the boy's, biological father. Well, anyway, this fool said he thought the boy was already dead, but you didn't try to call the paramedics. This just makes him look worse. Who does this? A doctor testified at the grand jury that the boy would have died without immediate medical attention. So he wanted to kill this child. Are they not charging him with attempted murder? Because they should be. A nurse added that the children were the worst case of abuse that she had seen in 13 years. The nurse said they have like 1 million marks on them. That's what a detective testified at the proceedings. Now, in addition to the young child she shares with Doss, Stamper told 8 News Now that she has 2 other children who do not live with the family. Well, thank God they don't live with her. She also claims to be pregnant. This is also disgusting. Both Tamper and Doss appeared briefly in court Tuesday. Another hearing is set for next week. The couple's house of horrors, which they masked through smiling social media photos, including one of the large brood fishing in 2019, recalls the tragedy of the 13 Turpin children who were found starved, chained up, and tortured in their parents' California home in 2018. If you all didn't hear about that story, it was equally as heinous, okay? Some people are just sick. Absolutely sick. She ain't been doing her job then, says we niggas. I'm sorry, this is so traumatizing. It's sad. Yes, it absolutely is. This is what I'm trying to tell you. That's why you know the lady was complicit. There's not that much fear in the world. Okay, there's not that much fear in the world. Okay, there was no opportunity ever for her to escape. Like the dude didn't have her chained up in a cage. She's roaming through the house free. So how is it that she's not able to go and get help or do something? He's not there 24/7. Okay, he's out here in the streets. Do whatever he does. So why didn't she take those kids or try to go get some help then? Like, this is all demonic. Yes, it absolutely is, Evan. This is sick. Absolutely disgusting. Well, I hope they get exactly what's coming to them. I sure do. So let's talk about this little kidnapped girl. This poor child was kidnapped 2 years ago from Smyrna, Georgia. And she's been reunited with her father. Now, apparently her mother and the mother's boyfriend, the mother didn't have any custody over this child, and she just decided to take this darn child and flee to Mexico. And so they just recently found her. So let's get into it.
A little girl who disappeared more than 2 years ago in Smyrna has been found safe more than 1,000 miles away. Majesty Williams is now back home with her father.
Fox 5's Denise Dillon talked to investigators about how she was found in Mexico.
Smyrna police say it was a lot of agencies working together and a lot of people who never gave up believing that she would be found. A powerful photo, a father wrapping his arms around his little girl. This image was captured when James Williams was reunited with his daughter Majesty. The two had not seen each other for more than 2 years.
Our detective said that she teared up a lot during several different interactions that she saw between the dad and the child.
In April 2021, investigators say Majesty, who was 4 years old at the time, was taken by her mother, Andrea McCord, who did not have custody of her. For more than 2 years, Smyrna police investigators searched for Majesty.
Our detective unit continued to work any leads that came across their desk and continued to pursue her.
They worked with the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. With the possibility that Majesty could be anywhere, they made sure Majesty's name and photos got national attention, including a feature on the show On Patrol Live.
And red and blue make what? Purple!
We released videos of him playing with his daughter, of her talking and showing little things. And I think that makes the difference when we get people to get invested into a case like this.
The U.S. Marshals got involved and soon learned Majesty was with McCord and her boyfriend, Custodio Guerrera, living 1,500 miles away in Mexico. McCord and Guerrera were arrested and are now charged with interstate interference with child custody, a felony.
It wasn't just one agency that helped find them, it was all us working together. And when that happens, then cases like this can get resolved quicker.
Now Majesty is home with her dad, the two of them bonding and reconnecting after being apart for way too long.
Overall, just a very good sense of happy to be back together.
James Williams released a statement saying he is incredibly grateful and overjoyed to be reunited with his daughter, and he thanked everyone who made it possible. In Smyrna, Denise Dillon.
Well, isn't that something? Now, my question is, why did she take the child without the father's consent, just steal the child away from him and go to Mexico? What was she over there doing? Because I'm pretty sure it was something nefarious, okay? I'm pretty sure it was something nefarious. What is she doing over there in Mexico? She may have been trafficking that child or preparing to do something like that. I find it very interesting, okay? It's not making any sense. Well, I'm glad they got her back home and reunited with her father. This is real crazy. Nas just says, glad she's back with her dad. Exactly. She was probably over there trying to traffic that child, honey. Okay, that's what she was probably going to let her boyfriend talk her into doing. That's what I believe it was. But anyway, all so crazy. All so crazy. Let me share my screen so you all can see these two devils. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. That's her and her boyfriend right there. Okay? Pretty sure they were going to have this child involved in some trafficking or something like that. Freaks. So anyway, McCord and Guerrero were arrested and are charged with interstate interference with child custody, which is a felony, by the way. Okay? Said they worked with the Mexican immigration authorities to find them, and the Mexican authorities deported them. Oh, they got deported. Okay, it was just one agency. It wasn't just one agency that found them. It was all of us working together. When that happens, it's cases like this. Cases like this can get resolved quickly. Well, thank God they found the little girl. The police worked with the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, because they knew the little girl could be anywhere. There was no telling. Oh, so crazy. Why she ain't borrow Carly's wig? Okay? And this is the thing. This is, like I said, stories like this are the reason we don't have time for Carly's foolishness. You got real people out here missing, okay, and stuff like this going on. But she's got time to play games, please. So anyway, now let's talk about Mitch McConnell. How many of you, ones in the chat, Swift said swirling gone wrong, okay? How many of you, ones in the chat, saw Mitch McConnell speaking yesterday, and he just froze up like he completely forgot or didn't know what to say or do next? Did you all see that? That should be his cue to exit stage left. Okay, Mitch McConnell, your time is up, beloved. It's time to move on. It is time to move on. Ain't that a Mitch? Let me pull up the receipts. It's all so nefarious. He needs to sit down somewhere, because at this point, I mean, he's 80 plus years old, is he not? Is he not? It's time to retire. I don't know why they don't just sit down somewhere. I mean, after you're 65 and you're in Congress, why are you still trying to do it? Oh, that's right, because they want to keep making laws, okay? They want to keep trying to regulate what the rest of us do. That's what it is.
Finishing the NDA this week has been good bipartisan cooperation and a string of
Okay, Mitch. Anything else you want to say, or should we just go back to your office? Do you want to say anything else to the press? Let's go back.
Go ahead, John.
I'll take it. Let's go back to you.
Go ahead, John.
Could you address what happened here at the start of the press conference, and it was related to your injury from earlier this year where you suffered a concussion? Is that...
No, I'm fine.
You're fine, you're fully able to do your job?
I'm finna show y'all the top 10 oldest motherfuckers in the United States Senate, and I'm using updated pictures this time, bitch. Number 1, Ed Markey, the youngest out of all 10 of these people, born July the 11th, 1946. He's 76, and he know what AI and crypto and your fucking children need to be doing in 30 years. Number 2, Richard Blumenthal, born February the 13th, 1946. He's 77. Mind you, I'm not putting my future in the hands of none of my 70-year-old family members. Bullshit. Number 3, Dick Durbin, born November the 21st, 1944. He's 78. No, he look like he know what the future gonna hold, other than a fucking box and a corpse in it. Number 4, Angus King, born March the 31st, 1944. The fuck his parents like steak or some shit? He's 78. And this young, vibrant Nilla wafer is helping to write laws that your fucking children will have to live by, cause I'm sure he knows what the fuck they need to be doing. Coming in at number 5, we got Ben Cardin, October the 5th, 1943. He's 79. And you know what's even crazier? Some of the motherfucking people that he worked with, he couldn't even legally go to school with when he first got into this shit. When you compare the world these people living in now to the world that they grew up in, these motherfuckers are living in a whole new damn universe. Number 6, Jim Rich, May the 3rd, 1943. This boy is 70-fucking-9. It should be illegal to make a career out of politics, bitch. Number 7 damn near made me shit myself. Mitch motherfucking McConnell. How old he is? February the 20th, 1942. This man 80. The man literally has gobble going on. Gobble. Do you see the gobble? Bernie Sanders is next. September the 8th, 1941. This man is 81. Get the fuck out of here, Bernie. I like you, but your ass too fucking old to be in the front, be in that. And before we get to these last 2 unwrapped mummies, I need y'all to know something. Just because you older does not mean you're more intelligent or wise. Age represents how fucking long you've been here, not how goddamn intelligent or wise you are. Number 9 is Chuck Grassley, born September the 13th, 1933. This man is 89. This man look like his credit card gives him funeral home points. And the oldest U.S. senator that we have is Dianne Feinstein. This motherfucker was born in the summer of 1933. This motherfucker can't even walk, and she writing laws for your kids. She probably can't even see her own eye finna fall out, but she can see where this country is headed. But look, bro, put a chicken leg in the comments if y'all want more shit like this. I'm out, Bill.
He is clearly nefarious. Okay. Now I want you all to pay attention to something. You see, all of those people are clearly elders, right? But where are the black people that age that are still in Congress? Y'all notice that? See, that's what they talk about when they're talking about the good old boys. You see how they just stay in politics forever? Okay. Biden's been doing this for over 40 plus years, probably 50 by now. Him and Nancy Pelosi, they engage in nepotism. Let's not forget Gavin Newsom's her nephew. This is what they do. They want to forever be writing laws and dictating the narrative specifically for people who look like us. That's what it is. I want y'all to pay attention. Now, you don't see them with any black congressmen that old and being in politics that long, because they're not going to have it. They are not going to have it. This is what the devils do. Okay, they all need to sit down somewhere. And if this doesn't let Mitch know that it's time for him to have several seats, I don't know what is. Now, he fell last year sometime. He fell and got a concussion and all of that, and probably hurt his hip and everything else. And he's still at it. That's probably why he forgot what he was going to say yesterday and froze up. Now, somebody in the chat, I think it was Aboriginal woman, said that his clone chip malfunctioned. Please, I hope they didn't clone Mitch McConnell, of all people. I mean, at this point, and then the guy called them unwrapped mummies. They are clearly fossils and relics. I'll say that much. But anyway, let me continue. And I want you all to pay attention to something, because Cicely Tyson was 94, I believe, when she passed, and she looked a whole lot better than all of them. Okay, please pay attention. She looked a whole lot younger than all of them, and that's just a fact. Okay? So now let's talk about Karen, people. Okay, let's get into it. Let's talk about Karen. Karen took it upon herself to harass a black man and his wife while they were peacefully fishing on the lake where they live. Now, not only Karen, there were other people, because the man said there was like 3 or 4 people that kept coming up asking him his name, where did he live, as if black people couldn't live in that area. This is what they always do. Now, I guarantee you, a new white folk move in that neighborhood, nobody comes up asking them, what's your address? What are you doing here? You know, we own this lake, don't you? They don't say anything like that. It's only when they see black people. And so it's just all so ridiculous. And I don't know when they're going to learn, but this Karen, she got fired, okay? She's a therapist, and she got fired when this video came out. So she lost her job, and quite frankly, I'm thrilled. Okay, so likes up, everyone. Please like and share. let's get into it. I'm going to pull up this video of Karen. Here we go.
Residents here?
Are we bothering anyone?
Don't touch us.
Don't touch anyone.
Sorry? All right, well, this lake is presently for residents only. So, thank you for filming. I'm not giving you permission to film, so.
She's like,
okay, picture of your license plates and forward it on.
Hey, so y'all hear what I go through, right? This the third person. I'm in my own neighborhood, and a white person came and bothered me while I'm fishing. Another white person came and bothered me while I'm fishing. This is the third time. She's like, oh no, I'm not giving you permission to film. This is my phone. I can film and do whatever I want. I study the law. I study the law. Thank you. I'm sorry. Hey, well, don't leave now. Do you want to say, hey, do you live here? Where you live? What's your address?
Where do you live? Where do you live?
This is unbelievable.
Where do you live? Why?
What's your name, by the way? Because at the next meeting, I'm definitely going to mention you.
Her name is Karen.
wait. Matter of fact, let me turn this phone around. Let me go ahead and get your.
I asked you earlier. You didn't say where do you live.
I was told not to talk to strangers who don't introduce themselves.
I'll not introduce myself. I happen to be on the homeowner association board. We pay for the lake. It's a private lake, so if you live in the neighborhood, all you have to
introduce yourself. Who are you?
I am John McCollowitz.
That's good to know.
John McCollum, where you live?
I live right down here.
Where? What street? What's your address?
Springridge Drive.
Okay.
Say that again?
What is it?
I'm not telling you anymore. You got it the first time. You got it on tape. You're recording it.
We got it the first time.
And where do you live?
Where do you live?
I told you.
Okay. That don't mean I gotta tell you where I live. Who does that? You can break into my home.
Hey.
I don't know you.
Police officers
Oh, well, you should.
and gang warden. This is the man right here that's harassing us.
Catching anything out here at least?
Yeah, we got a little something.
What y'all catching?
We got some, yeah. Already cleaned them and everything.
One of the best eating freshwater fish?
Yeah, but so
it's crappie.
No, it's not crappie.
I said bluegill's one of the best eating beside crappie.
Oh, no, I like crappie too. But so the crazy thing to me is that the same people literally harass me all the time. The same people. I'm Anthony. Trust me.
Where's the car gonna be registered?
And they called him. Like again. This is the third time. So look. Hey, I'm getting famous off this by now.
What's going on?
I live here, and they keep calling the police on me.
You got your ID?
Yeah. See, and every time you have your ID. Like literally the other time, 4 times. I have a whole page dedicated to this, and so here we go again. I live here, and people don't think I live here because it's a nice neighborhood, and they want to bother me and harass me, so they call the police all the time. Insane.
So that's just all so pathetic, okay? Black folk can't stay there because it's too nice of an area. The lady Karen was telling him that they pay for the lake, okay? You're not supposed to be fishing here. This is a private lake. We pay for the lake and all that. Lady, mind your business. Mind your business. I wouldn't even want to stay around people like them. I would not want to stay around people like them. And a lot of times they already know that the black people live there. They just want to call the police just to cause you a hassle. That's what they do. They know darn well those people live there by now because he already said it was 3 or 4 different people and it's always the same people. So by now they know they live there. By now they know that they belong there. They're just being I'm not even going to say it, but y'all know what they're being. You know what they're doing. Okay, does Karen know that the same black folks make more money than them? Or that some black folks make more money than them? Apparently not. They act like black people can't make money unless you're selling drugs. Isn't that what they think? And the police seem to think that too. Because if they see you driving a nice car, especially with nice tires and rims, well, they'll pull you over and want to do a whole search and all of that. Remember that preacher that got beaten to death on the side of the road down there in Tifton, Georgia, just because he was driving home in a nice car, okay? Unluckily, he got pulled over. This is what happens. Like, they really expect that black people can't have nothing because they don't want black people to have anything, and that's why they're never going to give you reparations, okay? I just want you to know that. You see how hateful they are and how some of them are so jealous if they see you in a nice neighborhood where they live. Oh, now you're their neighbor? That's a problem. We don't want you in our neighborhood, so we'll just inconvenience you and harass you and pretend we don't know that you belong here and call the police every time we see you out fishing. That's what they'll do. That's what they'll do. So black people can't live in nice neighborhoods, Karen and Ken? Exactly. Okay, to love myself 100. Exactly, beloved. It's all crazy. But anyway, let me continue because Putin has signed an anti-trans bill over in Russia where people can no longer get gender surgery. Okay, so let's get into it. Likes up, everyone, please. Like and share. Let's talk about it. Okay. Putin obviously heard about everybody that was going in on Just Hilarious and making threats and all that. So here's what they say. And here's the thing. Just what I expected. Some of these Russians are talking about they're going to leave the country. Well, don't come here. Okay. We've got enough troubles with all these Ukrainians over here getting benefits that we can't even get. Pay attention. Russia's draconian new law is forcing trans people to flee the country. Many trans and gender nonconforming people left with few to no options after a ban on gender affirming health care. So here's what they say. The law, which violates the World Health Organization's recommendations for LGBTQIA people, bans sex reassignment surgeries, gender-affirming hormone replacement therapy, and legally changing a person's gender on official documents such as birth certificates and passports. Well, you know what? Here's what I think. I don't think that anyone should be able to change their birth certificate and passports. Okay? I don't think you should be able to change your gender. You can change your name on there because you may change your name. But I don't think anyone should ever be allowed to change their gender on birth certificates nor passports. Then they couldn't go around fooling people like Sydney Starr. Okay? Remember how Sydney Starr lied on Chingy? Chingy probably thought she was, biologically a woman, but he said he didn't have relations with her anyway. And she admitted later that he didn't either. Okay, she was just flirting with him. But at the end of the day, no one should be allowed to change their gender on their birth certificates and passports. That's just my opinion. All right, get mad if you want. Now, here's what they say. It also dissolves the marriages of Russian citizens who have previously legally and or medically changed their gender and bans them from adopting or fostering children. Putin, honey, is getting down with the business. He's being nefarious. But let me continue. Now the trans community have their backs up against the wall with a few to no options, says Delia Gufarova, the director of the charitable foundation Sphere, the largest Russian LGBTQIA fund. Okay, now they say the draconian ban is also expected to punish any doctor, psychologist, endocrinologist, or lawyers assisting trans people with assessing gender affirming healthcare, though it's still unclear how. Russian LGBTQIA activists complain about this. They say there's no specificity of sanctions against professions breaking the law. It's implied that they shouldn't. Okay, there are multiple laws like that when it implies that otherwise their license, when it implies that otherwise they say their licenses will be taken away. Now, while there are no official data on how many trans people currently live in Russia, some Russian trans rights organizations have estimated there could be more than 2 million, using figures from LGBTQ plus Pride of 2021 global survey. And that's how they're trying to assess the numbers. Now, they say a plenary meeting to discuss the law last month. At this meeting, deputies in the state of Duma, the lower house of Russia's parliament, falsely equated transgenderism as the reason for evading military service and accused the Western transgender industry of infiltrating Russia's traditional and family values. They said the law clarifies that the ban does not apply to medical interventions for children born intersex. Okay, but medical professionals and intersex people have strongly advised against medical procedures that aim to ensure an intersex child conforms to a particular sex assignment, with the Human Rights Report finding that the results are often catastrophic. Now, as far as the birth certificates and passports, they say before the new law was passed, trans people in Russia could legally change their gender markers if they had undergone state-certified sex reassignment surgery. In recent weeks, many trans, intersex, and gender nonconforming people rushed to amend their official birth certificates and documents as applications submitted before the law, and they wanted their applications submitted before the law came into effect, and technically before it was, so they could still be processed. But few, if any, have been successful, according to several Russian trans activists and attorneys who told Open Democracy that stalling by civil registry offices is to blame for all of this. They said in more rural regions of Russia, people for sure face trouble changing their gender markers on their documents. Even though they paid the fee and gathered all the necessary documentation, they were still turned down without any valid excuse. So they say Robert Lebedev, a trans man and activist at DLO LGBTQ+, a legal advocacy group for LGBTQIA people in Moscow, says the decision to finally change the gender marker on his passport has been forcibly taken away from him by the Russian government. Well, at the end of the day, I still think the U.S. has the worst government. I'm sorry. I think ours is a whole lot more worse. Okay? So with that all being said, this is what's going down in Russia. Putin's not playing any games. He's trying to go along with Africa, I guess, honey. They're going to have laws to throw these people in jail next. I'm just wondering. But at the end of the day, here's the thing. I absolutely don't think that anybody should ever be able to change your gender on your birth certificates and stuff. Because here's the reason why. What if there's somebody who's some type of freak pervert or some type of malicious murderer, criminal, whatever, and they're on the run to escape and evade the law? Then they can just go and do this, right? You know, people used to get plastic surgery to change the way they look. Now they can just change up everything and act like they're a whole nother gender and change their name to that. And how would the police ever catch them? How would the police ever find them? Did any of y'all think about that? Did any of y'all ever think about that? How would the police ever catch them? Well, they wouldn't. That's how. They wouldn't catch them. So no, you shouldn't be able to do that as far as I'm concerned. You shouldn't be able to do it. I agree with Putin on that part. If I can't change mine, nobody should be able to. I don't want to, but I'm just saying you shouldn't be able to, because that could lead to nefarious activities. And just let's not forget that man who dressed up like a woman, and went in that restroom and assaulted a teenager, a 14-year-old, okay? Went into the restroom and assaulted a 14-year-old because he was allowed to go in there because he was acting as though he were a transgender, so he could go in the women's restroom. Okay, I don't like it. And now, you know, and another thing, let me say this. When they're talking about periods and all that, you know, that's all minuscule BS. I don't even know why any of them would be worried about that. They don't have them. But here's the thing. It's situations that make me feel uncomfortable as a natural woman. Why do I have to be made to feel uncomfortable so somebody else can feel good about themselves or who they're trying to be? I told you all the story of when I went into Kroger, there was a transgender, I guess that's what you call him. He had a whole beard. Okay, he was clearly biologically a male, but he had on a skirt, stockings, and boots, dressed like a woman in female clothing, but had a whole beard on his face. And he comes into the restroom while I'm in there. And I was very uncomfortable. And quite frankly, I thought that it was inappropriate. So nobody cares about that. I'm supposed to feel safe with a whole man in the restroom with me. And he was looking at me all crazy. I'm supposed to be cool with that. He doesn't have the same parts that I have, but he's in the same restroom I'm in. That's supposed to be fair? I mean, they show a lot of favoritism to some people. Do they not? They show a whole lot of favoritism to some people. But anyway, now they want to be sitting up here hating on women. What is it, women phobia? Heterophobia, that's what it is. Talking about transphobia. No, it's women phobia and heterophobia. Okay, that's what some of them do. They start this mess, and when we respond, we're the ones that are the villains. Please make it all make sense. But hold on, because Rolling Stone wrote up an article about the beef going on between Jess Hilarious and T.S. Madison. And I want you all to pay attention to how they worded it. Let's get into it. Because what they're trying to do, I want you all to pay attention to how they're trying to flip the script. And I'm not just talking about Rolling Stone. I'm talking about the majority of the people that are saying something about this from the other community. They're trying to flip it like Jess is the one who started this. Let's not forget this all started because one of them said something about we don't own periods. So that's just going to get swept under the rug. Now they want to make Jess the villain. Let's get into it. I want you all to pay attention because here's what it says. Likes up, everyone. Please like and share. I'm going to share my screen so you all can see this because they are already talking in favor of T.S. Madison and this article as if T.S. Madison and her people didn't start this whole mess in the first place. Pay attention. You see that? A Black comedian went on a transphobic rant. This trans actress won't let it slide. Huh. Oh, really? What do they call it when they go in on us? What kind of phobia do they call that? Oh, they don't say anything. That's just them defending themselves from stuff that they started. Pay attention. Now, here's what it says. After comedian Jess Hilarious compared trans people to mental patients, actress T.S. Madison tells Rolling Stone she's fighting back for her community. Your community started this stuff, boo. As per usual, because Black women never start anything with them. We don't even think about them until they start some mess with us. But let me continue. When trans activist and actress T.S. Madison was scrolling on Instagram last week, she never considered that a small circulating video from a trans TikTok creator would end in a transphobic rant from one of the entertainment's biggest Black comedians, but that's exactly what happened. You see how they tried to gloss over that? She never expected that a video, that a small, I want y'all to pay attention, how they minimize this woman's culpability, okay, this trans woman's culpability. She never considered that a small circulating video from a trans TikTok creator, trying to make it sound all innocent. Like what she said wasn't totally disrespectful and hating. But let me continue. So on Saturday, comedian Jess Hilarious posted a video to Instagram responding to trans TikTok creator Blessing Rose. Jess, whose real name is Jessica Moore, took umbrage with a video of Rose saying cis women don't own womanhood or periods. As a stand-up comedian and internet star, Moore is best known for the no-holds-barred approach to comedy that she perfected on the MTV series Wild 'N Out. And it's that same energy she brought to Instagram with a fiery speech calling trans women delusional, mentally insane, and angry. Moore did not respond to multiple requests for comments from Rolling Stone. Well, I know she didn't. I wouldn't have responded either when you're trying to paint me as the villain. But let me continue. So they went on to talk about what she said in the video, what Jess said. Now, they say if a white comedian, I want y'all to pay attention, listen to this. They said now if a white comedian with a following of 5 million people deep posted 5 million people deep posted a similar rant on Instagram, the backlash might have been enough to incur a late apology. But trans issues get far more dicey in the Black community, despite the fact that transgender people of color, especially trans women, are far more likely to be murdered or experience violent attacks. Sit down. Black people in general are far more likely to be murdered or experience attacks. It ain't because they're trans, it's because they're Black. But let me continue. See how they paint narratives? The first thing they are is Black. All people can't look at them and even tell they're trans, because some of the trans women look just like regular women. Some of the trans men look just like regular men. Okay, so please miss me with it. When they get attacked and murdered, a lot of times it's for the same reasons the rest of other Black people do, trying to invoke sympathy and empathy and make them so much of more struggles than we have as Black people collectively. Please pay attention, but let me continue. Now, according to a national survey for Pew Research, 2/3 of Black adults, 68%, believe gender is determined by the sex you're assigned at birth, something that couldn't be changed. For the general public, that statistic is slightly lower, around 60%. That's because people are delusional. Some people are, okay? You are absolutely whatever you were born with at birth determines your gender, okay? That's just a fact, scientific. All right. If you have a prostate and a penis, then that means you're a male. If you have a vagina and a uterus, that means you're a female. Now stop playing games. Okay. For the general public, that statistic is slightly lower, around 60%. According to Pew data, also shows there's no majority consensus among Black adults on how the trans community is treated in society. It's a weighty discussion, one where trans people also seem to find themselves the butt of a joke. Oh, really? So Black people don't find ourselves the butt of jokes? Let me continue. People often use trans as an insult or a dig, especially at Black women with sharp jaws or broad shoulders. A specific type of misogynistic intended to humiliate. It's even an insult Black comedians have specifically directed at Moore. Talking about Jess hilarious, okay? But before the video was deleted, Moore's comments were overwhelmed with supporters who not only called the rant correct, but further misgendered, insulted, and maligned trans women. So T.S. Madison spoke up. Don't try to paint us as transphobic. You see how Rolling Stone is? I want y'all to pay attention. You know who owns this magazine, who owns this publication. They're trying to make it as if Black people are just the main ones out here being nefarious. But let me continue. There are so many real women that get mistaken for being transgender. Remember, T.S. Madison said this, that's where a lot of the anger comes from. No, the anger comes from y'all trying to change everything. Y'all disrespecting us, calling us cis women. You know why they call us cis women? Somebody put it in the chat. Do you all know why they call us cis women? Does anybody know why they call us that? Anybody know why they call us that? Cis women. Anyone know why they call us that? Nobody knows? Well, let me tell you. Let me tell you why they call us that. They call us cisgender women because they don't want to call us real women. That's what it is. See, when they're talking about themselves and they call themselves trans women, and how is trans an insult when they call themselves trans women? Make it all make sense. But they call themselves trans women. So when they're talking about themselves and then they're talking about one of us, rather than say real women, biological women, natural women, which is what we are, they'll say cis women because that sounds better to them. Let's just call them cis women. We're not going to call them real women because then that's meaning like we're not real. That's why they do it. That's why they do it. Now, with that all being said, goes on to say, Moore doubled down. Okay, T.S. Madison said, I do hope that they take a good look at at how transphobia affects all women. Transphobia don't affect me at all. What you talking about all women? It don't affect me because I'm not trans. And I'm not transphobic, so it doesn't affect me at all. What is she talking about? It affects all women. I want y'all to pay attention because what she's low-key trying to say is that it affects all women because some people are the ones that are being, victimized, and that some people are the ones that are transphobic. That's why she says it affects all women. Honey, ain't nobody mad with y'all. Ain't nobody hating on y'all. Sit down somewhere, T.S. Madison. But let me continue. Got this mess all in Rolling Stone painting narratives. So anyway, it goes on to say, following Madison's tweet, Moore doubled down. Okay, she said, you the last one. Moore posted an Instagram story with Madison's photo saying, you the last one that needs to be effing with me. Keep that shite over there. Now, in her first public interview since Madison called out Moore for her Instagram tirade, Madison tells Rolling Stone that she spoke up and will continue speaking up because she wants the Black community to fight for trans people just as hard as trans people fight for them. Honey, when have y'all ever fought for us police? Do y'all hear this? Let me go. Now let me just get into it, okay? Let me just get into it. I know good and darn well they didn't say they fight for Black people. These are the same folk that when we had the marches and the protesting going on for George Floyd, right? They were out there talking about trans lives matter. Black trans lives matter. Y'all remember that? Holding up the little flags. Y'all do remember that, right? You remember the guy that's an actor? I can't remember what he plays on. Little light-skinned dude was up there singing Black trans lives matter. And I said to you all, why are they talking about Black trans lives matter? All Black lives matter. When we say Black lives matter, we're clearly talking about Black trans people. We're not leaving them out. We're not excluding them. So why do they feel the need to exclude themselves? Why do they need to make a protest for a man who was murdered by the police? Why do they need to make that about them and change the narrative? Take the focus off of George Floyd, the victim, and put it on them. Why do they need to do that? But we're the ones that are transphobic. No, they're heterophobic. And this is what it is. Y'all make that trend. Type it in the chat right now. #heterophobic. Because that's what it is. That's what it is. I want you all to pay attention to how narratives are being pushed. And once again, they're trying to put Black people, make us the face of something. Like they tried to make Black men the face of homophobia. But when it's a known fact, statistically speaking, that Caucasian men are the ones most likely to perpetuate hate crimes on anybody for any type of hate, including, but not limited to, LGBTQ. So how is it that Black men are supposed to be the face of homophobia? Remember how they lied on the Black men and said they were the reason that Reese Willoughby took his own life? That wasn't why. Come to find out, his transgender girlfriend came out and said it was because she broke up with him, or his ex-girlfriend came out and said it was because she broke up with him because he was beating her. And that's why he took his life, because she wouldn't take him back. But they flipped it. They all got together and lied and said, oh, he took his life because the Black men were clowning him. They were saying disparaging things. Where there was a video of Black men saying stuff to him, he wasn't bothered. He was laughing about it. But see how they flipped the script. So they tried to paint the Black men as homophobic. Now they're trying to paint Black women as transphobic. Are y'all paying attention to the shenanigans that are clearly going on right now? Do y'all see where this is going? They're trying to paint the Black women as transphobic and trying to paint Black men as homophobic. I just want y'all to pay attention. Now T.S. Madison talking about they've always defended us. When? T.S. Madison, name one time that any of you ever defended Black people collectively. No, they defend themselves. That's who they defend. They defend themselves. They didn't say at that march, Black lives matter. They said Black trans lives matter. How is that defending us? How is that defending us? I have questions. But hold on. Now, at the end of the day, this is all so nefarious. I just want you all to pay attention. But let's listen to what T.S. Madison had to say. Let's listen to what T.S. Madison had to say. And this made it all the way to Rolling Stone, where they could paint more narratives. I find it all very interesting. Let me play this. I'm not going to show her video. Because quite frankly, I don't have permission and I'm not going to ask for it because I clearly don't care for T.S. Madison. But I want you all to hear what she had to say, because yesterday she spoke out on Jess Hilarious and tried to drag this woman. I just want y'all to pay attention. I'm going to play the audio so you can hear it. Lights up, everyone. Please like and share. Thank you in advance. Hold on. Let me pull this up on my phone real quick. This is all so nefarious as far as I'm concerned. Miss me with it. I mean, just sitting up here trying to paint us as transphobic. We didn't start this mess. And so we're not supposed to say anything when some trans person comes out and disrespects Black women. Please miss me with it. Here we go.
You should have got your ragged ass on the motherfucking phone, bitch, and called me and told me that it was up, ho. That's what you should have did. I ain't never disrespected you. Never. Never. When you brought your drunk Dixie ass over here to my motherfucking house the first time, bitch, I ain't never disrespect you. Never. I've never disrespected you. Never called you out your motherfucking name. Ain't never said shit about you. Ain't never said nothing about you. When they was dragging you up and down the street, I stayed away from that shit, bitch. Because I said I fuck with you. But it's fuck ya. Fuck you and them football head ass motherfucking kids you got, bitch. Because you keep playing with Cardi B and everybody else on motherfucking line, bitch, you gonna have them hoes out there hustling for 35 cents a day, bitch, in Africa. Punk, bitch. And we ain't gonna talk about, bitch, because, bitch, you struggling for cash. Bitch, I just backed up off of BMW's lot with a $200,000 motherfucking car, bitch. So I ain't struggling for no money, bitch. I ain't hiding no money. Funny looking ass motherfucking drunk, bitch. You suck my dick. You and your motherfucking husband, bitch. Again, since we talking about birthing motherfuckers, bitch, if it wasn't for me and Kaya, bitch, you wouldn't have been born. Puss ass hoe. That's what you hoes like to do. You hoes like to fuck around, say fuck shit to punks, and then get behind it and act like they, oh, bitch, now you a motherfucking woman. Bitch, I would never put hands on you, hoe. Never. Bitch, I would never put hands on you. Bitch, your husband need to watch out for you, bitch. All the debt you finna put his motherfucking ass in. Imagine having to give up your dream house, bitch, because, bitch, you over here talking about a bitch. Unfactual asshole. Fact of the matter is, bitch, when I jumped on the internet, I told everybody that I had a dick and titty.
She has a foul mouth, if ever I heard one, okay? So disrespectful. And the whole thing is this. She may not have ever said anything individually about Tasha K, but she said more than a mouthful now. And also, when she said all this stuff about black women, period, Tasha K is included. She's a black woman. So she sounds real crazy to me with her foul mouth, disgusting self. She's absolutely despicable as far as I'm concerned. She is absolutely despicable as far as I'm concerned. And I don't know why any real black women would be supporting her after this. I'm sorry. Make that make sense. I don't know why any real black women would be supporting her after this. At the end of the day, honey, they have started a whole war against black women. Are y'all paying attention? They have started a whole war against black women. That's what they've done. Like I said, they're trying to make us the culprits, just like they did with the black men. It started with black men first, and then it started with us. But let me play the remainder of Tasha K's video. I showed you all a clip from it yesterday. I didn't show you the entire clip. So let me pull that up. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance. This is all a hot mess as far as I'm concerned.
But y'all always want to make it about y'all, and it ain't got shit to do with y'all. Y'all are, listen, and this is no disrespect to being who you want to be. Just like one day I want to play character and be Bootsy, because everybody say I look like little Bootsy because he could be my brother. Because black women and black men look the same. The exact same. And then black men constantly go outside of the race to go find something a little bit more softer, a little bit more gentler, because they can't handle this smoke. Y'all always want to insert yourself with something you ain't got nothing to have. You ain't got nothing to do with. This ain't even about you. This is about the blatant disrespect that black women have always gotten from white men, white women, black men, racially ambiguous men and women, only for black trans men, play men, to come tell us we jealous of y'all. Are you fucking delusional? Are you fucking delusional? This is bigger than y'all. This is so, it is so ridiculous. Like, it's so fucking ignorant. It's just like another root. It's like another root being embedded. All the reason why you can float between. That's the reason why our men can float between. Don't do that. Don't do that. Now I fuck with you, but I'm not gonna fuck with this ignorance. And like I said, I'm not exempt from this because I'm a part of the problem too. I've sent shots to my fellow black women as well. Hate embodied in the entire message. But what I'm not gonna let y'all do is use these. No. I stand with Jess. I stand with Jess. We're the only bleeders and breeders. We're the only bleeders and we're the only breeders. And without us bleeding and without us breeding, you bitches wouldn't be able to get up and put on a wig. You bitches wouldn't be able to figure out if I want to go get a cup or a D cup. If I want this ass, this shot in my ass. That goes for other races too. Of women who have always thought that black women were just too masculine. You know what? Let me just borrow their features. Let me borrow their lips. Let me borrow their eyes. Let me borrow their extensions or hair or whatever it is that they got. Let me borrow their titties. Let me borrow their waist, their hips. Let me borrow their fucking accent. Let me borrow their men. Everybody want to borrow from black women. Everybody want to borrow from black women. Men, women, and fucking everybody. Don't do that. I fuck with you. And I respect everything that you're doing. But listen, there's a difference. Just like I play a character of Bootsy. Tomorrow I can wake up and say I'm a Bootsy impersonator. They got Elvis impersonators. You're a female impersonator. You are a female impersonator. When they go to bury you, when you go to a doctor's appointment, you gotta check what it is that you are biologically. Just like I have to check. I gotta check who I am biologically. You have a chemical genetic makeup that they look for and how they treat you. Black women can't get prostate cancer. Black women get ovarian cancer. Don't. Black men can't get hysterectomies. Trans women can't get hysterectomies. But women can. Trans women don't go through menopause. They don't go through post or pre. They don't do none of that shit. We're the reason you here. Y'all gotta have some more respect. Even if we don't even respect our own counterparts. But there's just an underlying respect that y'all gotta have because you wouldn't even know what the definition of what the genetic makeup of a woman was because all you knew was man from the day that you were conceived until you took one look at us the same way the Kardashians and every other race took one look at us, okay? Put it on themselves and try to sell it back to us. Hence for the motherfucking BBL era.
Well, Tasha went in. She went all in. Let me tell you something, no lies detected. But let me say this. I want you all to pay attention because there is a very nefarious agenda, like I said. They're trying to paint black women as transphobic and painting black men as heterosexual. And what they are also trying to do, this is genocide. Okay, I want you all to pay attention. This is a form of genocide. You see, they don't have to commit genocide by putting stuff in the air, by doing certain things or whatever that we would expect them to do. You can commit genocide by getting people to continuously have abortions. You can get people to, stop giving birth. See, if everybody is LGBTQ in the black community, well, there would be nobody being born. They know that, and that's their agenda. 1974, you can look this up, Henry Kissinger wanted to use homosexuality to depopulate the black community. He said they would push homosexuality, and that's what they're doing. That's why when you have people out there protesting for the lives of people like George Floyd, they'll have these people come out there and usurp the whole entire movement and start talking about Black trans lives matter, separating them from us. See, the thing with T.S. Madison is, how does she say in one breath that she fought for us or fights for us, but then you claim yourself separate from us, and then you go in on black women? She didn't say specifically names, okay, when she made the comments that that's where a lot of the anger comes from, because many Black women have been mistaken for trans women. No, we haven't. No, we haven't. There has been some trans women who have been mistaken for biological women, and then when the people they fooled found out, there was consequences. That's what's happened. And just like I said yesterday, and also Chief Jonesy said that Flame Monroe got them together. Yes, I know, beloved. I showed Flame's video yesterday when I talked about this. So I did show Flame's video. But the thing is, at the end of the day, we're supposed to be the bad guys. They're supposed to just go in on us and disrespect us and tell lies on us and accuse us of all sorts of things. We're not supposed to say anything. You see how that magazine article by Rolling Stone demonized Jess Hilarious and made T.S. Madison the hero? Oh, she's speaking out for her community. Well, Jess Hilarious is speaking out for her community, Black women. Okay, biological Black women. She was speaking out for her community. So what's the problem? Nobody's upset because that transgender woman on TikTok said we're not the gatekeepers of periods and womanhood. We absolutely are the gatekeepers of periods and womanhood. Okay? Without us, there would be no such thing. Without us, there would be no such thing. Okay? Now, you can go out here and copy people and try to be those people. But the thing about it is, there's never anything in the history of life that was ever better than the original design. It's a fact. There's never anything in the history of living that was ever better than the original design. I was made by the Most High. Okay? That's where I was made. So a knockoff, it's not going to be nearly as good. So why would I be jealous? Why would any of us? Make it all make sense. I'm sure they cannot. Okay? Now, I'm not talking about all trans women. I'm not talking about Flame Monroe, Laverne Cox, and others. Not. My neighbor who lives right next door. I'm not talking about her. I'm talking about the nefarious ones like T.S. Madison, who want to be disrespectful, who want to try to go in on natural women, talk down on us, and then accuse us of being the haters, saying that we're transphobic just because we don't put up with their bull crap and their disrespect, blatant disrespect. That's what I'm talking about. Okay? People with those type of mindsets who lash out on Black women just because you're mad because we're natural women, like, make it all make sense. With that all being said, I'm going to conclude this broadcast. I want to thank you all for tuning back in once again. Please like and share, subscribe to the channels. If you haven't done so already, be sure to click the notification bell, click the word all, so that you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. Oh, hold on. I have one more video I want to show you guys really quick before I roll up out of here. Let me show you all this last video. Actually, I think it's two videos. One should come up after the first one finishes playing, I hope. Hold on. So now they are interns who will never get the position, says Softly Love. Okay? Please, it's all crazy, honey. Now, this is a video of a little boy going down an elevator, and I want y'all to see how smart this little kid is. This little girl's 9 years old, and she has sense enough to stop the escalator. There's also a video of a girl 11 years old who jumps 90 feet into a waterfall, and she survives. I find that all very interesting, honey. Her parents had to be nervous wrecks when they saw it all go down. But hold on, I'm going to share my screen. Likes up, everyone. Please like and share. Now, you all see how smart that child was? How did she know how to turn off an escalator? Hold on. Let me see if I can find that other video real quick. Likes up, everyone. Please like and share. Here it is. Let me cue this real quick. Hold on just a second. It's taking a second to load. Just bear with me, beloveds. Because when I tell you this little child would have been in so much trouble after I calmed down from almost having a heart attack after watching her do this crap. Hold on. Here we go. I want you all to see. I want you all to see this again. Now watch this. 90 feet. Hold on. That's not the video. That's not the video. Hold on. That was a grown person jumping 40 feet. Hold on. Okay, I think this is it. Okay, here we go. I'm trying to figure out why it keeps showing me the wrong video. Hold on. It has little girl 9 years old, and then this one with this woman comes up. Hold on. I'm sorry. Hold on, beloveds. I want y'all to see this. Hold on. Let me see if this is going to load. This video recently emerged showing a little girl jumping a height of 90 feet. Okay, this is it right here. I don't know how I keep getting the wrong one. Here we go. I give up. I can't find it. Sorry. These videos keep saying that's it. But then it's something else. But anyway, the little girl was 11 years old and she jumped 90 feet, plunged into the water. Now, I don't know how they let her get that far. The last video that you saw, that's where she jumped from. I don't know why the part where her jumping wasn't on there, but she jumped into that water 90 feet and then swam to safety. Okay, swam to safety. Now, you saw the one with the tourist that jumped 40 feet. There was people trying to help him. Nobody helped her. She jumped in that water and then swam to shore by herself. This is all crazy. Yes, she survived. Yes, she survived. There's nothing wrong with her. She swam like a fish. I thought it was crazy because how did she get that far away from them without them noticing? And they said her parents scolded her. Yeah, after they probably had a heart attack, just about. They probably deleted that video, says Reggie. They may have, because I sure saw it yesterday. Oh, so crazy. But anyway, let me ask you all this. Why do so many people go on live and video record their business and put it out there for everybody to see? Do you all ever wonder that? Why people just go on a live stream and just tell all their business? I have so many questions. I just don't get it. I mean, some of it's juicy, but at the end of the day, why would you be putting all your business on display? Because I recently saw a video. I saw this video last night where this woman thought her husband, B Honey said clicks and views. Okay, it ain't that much clicks and views in the world for me, honey. Okay. Somebody said fools. Hold on. Bithia said fools. Yeah, I think it's absolutely foolish and crazy. Now, I saw a video last night. I'm about to show it to you all in a minute. Saw a video last night where this woman thought her husband was cheating. And so she basically went on live to expose him and to follow or to go and meet the woman. Then she does a part 2. I'm not even going to say what happened on part 2. I'm going to let y'all see for yourselves. And this guy did the same thing. Like, people are real crazy. I don't get it. Hold on. I'm going to share my screen so you all can see this foolishness. That crazy bitch Eric says, I like my privacy, honey. Ain't no way. Excuse me. It's no way for me either. What I look like? Putting relationship problems on Instagram and stuff. It's all crazy. Some people do anything for clout. The Migos didn't lie about that.
My husband is in the shower right now, right? And he just got a text message to his phone talking about can't wait to see him, right? I'm on my way to the location, right? So it says Lisa. And my thing is, I just know Marcus he's not stupid enough to be cheating on me. Like, there's no way that he's cheating on me, y'all. Like, y'all know we just had Junior 6 months ago. And then we got, like, the house, everything that we have. So I'm just like not letting myself believe it. I don't know for sure what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna text this phone, right? And I'm gonna say on the way. And I'm gonna go to this location. That this number sent. Just to make sure for, you know what I'm saying, for me, for my family. You know, my 2 kids, 3 years we've been together. Like, I'm going to make sure. I just want to make sure. I just hope not, but I'm going to make sure. Like, it's definitely something that today we're going to find out. We're going to find out today. It's like, for real.
Hey, babe. Baby.
Yes, babe.
Sure, can you bring my phone?
Yeah. I can bring your phone. Hey, babe.
What's up, Reggie? You all right?
Yeah. I'm cool. I'm getting all done up, huh?
Well, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you know.
I see you. All right. You got somewhere to be?
No, I got a few errands to run.
Okay. Okay, right. Well, I got somewhere to go. I'm going to get something to eat, all right? You good? I bet. All right. I'll be back. This nigga got the nerve to be in their damn grooming his face and his beard, getting on my nerves. I cannot. Let me find out. You let me find out when I go to this location, yo. I swear to God, when I come back, I'm going to snatch all the hair out of his beard. I'm not playing with him. Like, I'm not playing with him. I'm taking my kids and I'm leaving. I'm taking my kids and I'm out. Let me find out. I promise y'all, watch. Watch this. I'm taking my kids and we out of here. If I find out who is this Lisa. Like, he got the audacity. You know what I'm saying? I'm not playing with him. I'm on the way right now. I already sent the location to my phone. We on the way. Yeah, for real. So, y'all, like, y'all just, like, pray for me. I hope God give me strength that I don't got to flip out over my, like, for real, over my family today. I'm gonna bring the camera back once I get to the park. Y'all pray for me, yo. Y'all pray for me because I gotta make sure I don't wreck trying to get out of here, bro. Like, for real. Cause I swear to God. Yeah, so I'm recording this because I want y'all to see me approach this girl who has been messaging Marcus, like my husband, Marcus, this whole time. She thinks that she's meeting Marcus today, but she's not. She's gonna meet me. I just got here. I'm about to park real quick. Man, I'm telling you, I'm pissed off. But you know what? I'm really not even... All right, so here we are. Let's do this. Oh, Lord, give me strength, my God. Give me strength, God. Give me strength, Lord. All right. All right, y'all. Here we go. She been dealing with him who knows how long now. Hold on, y'all. Look. She down there. Yeah, like she think Marcus is coming. Lord, I hope it don't be nothing. It's crazy. I hope I don't gotta put no hands on no one today. Literally. It's people at the park. I'm trying not to be unprofessional. Like, I don't want nobody, like, you know what I'm saying? I work. I have stuff to lose. Who knows what she got going on? Look, got her over there. Look at her over there looking like Toucan Sam. Girl. Is she? All right. Is she? Lisa? Lisa, what's up? How you doing, girl? I'm Michelle. Yes. I am Marcus' wife. I know that you thought you was meeting him, right? I know you thought you was meeting him, but no, it's me. It's me, yeah.
So what's your name?
My name is Michelle, and I know for a fact you've been dealing with Marcus, right?
I know a Marcus.
You do, right?
I know a Marcus. But
you know my
married,
Marcus.
but he's not married.
No, Marcus is.
The Marcus that I know isn't married.
Lisa.
So I'm trying to figure out how you know my name.
Lisa, because you're going to sit here and lie. You do know Marcus.
I know him.
Right. You know my Marcus, and you know about me.
He's not married. He is single, and we've been dealing with each other for a
Lisa,
year.
clearly you know he's married because you've said it. You've talked about me in his phone.
I don't talk about you.
Yes, you do.
I don't know who you are.
Yes, you do.
I don't know who you are.
I've seen you message him, and you've said my name.
Girl, I don't even know what you're talking about.
You're not just hurting me. That's the thing.
For you to be
Lisa,
me, for you to be
Lisa, we have children.
Do you know me?
Lisa, we have children. We have children. We've been together for 3 years. We have children. You're not just messing up his life. It's about me as well. We have kids. You don't care about his kids, Lisa? You don't care about what's going on?
I care about kids, but he didn't tell me that he was married.
Yes, he did. I've seen y'all's messages. I just saw everything. I read all of it.
How he's married, but yet he's always with me. How is he married, but he's always with me? He never told me he was married.
Well, obviously.
Because if he was married, then I wouldn't be dealing with him.
Yes, so you would.
No, I would not be dealing
with him. Both of y'all wrong. Both of y'all wrong. Obviously, I need to have a talk with Marcus.
So you must have me mixed up with somebody else.
No, it's you.
No.
It's you.
Personally.
No, it's you. You're Lisa. You're in the phone. It's you.
You must be a fan.
No, not at all. Not at all. Not at all. I know who you are because he keep frequent them tacky strip clubs. He keep frequent them tacky strip clubs, and I'm pretty sure that's where he might have found you at. No.
And when he calls me back and tells me that there's a crazy lady that's still obsessed with him, then we can go back on that. But
you don't have to worry about it.
I don't know a married one. Sorry.
You don't have to worry about it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, keep it pushing because you already know.
I'm gonna keep it pushing.
Good.
Because clearly, if he was married, sorry to say, if he was married, then maybe that's something that's going on in your marriage that you need to fix. Because if it wasn't a happy marriage, he would not be coming to me.
And I definitely agree. And that's I concur. But that's okay. That's why I'll be speaking to him. But I decided to come to speak to you first.
You don't need to speak to me.
Well, I'm speaking to you now. And I just want to let you know. Because don't text my husband no more.
I don't even know if we know the same person.
Don't text my husband again.
I don't even know we know the same person.
Don't text my husband again.
Don't tell me what.
Don't text my husband again. We have kids. That's my husband. 3 years. 3 years.
I don't even know who you are.
Girl.
I never seen you before.
Girl,
I never seen you before. So that means that's something that you need to work on yourself. You probably delusional.
No.
You need some help.
No.
And if you got kids, you should need to. Where's your kids at? Where's your kids at? If you had,
they at home with their father.
No, they're not. Because I just spoke to him and he's not even at home.
Right, exactly. So you know him like I said.
Because he's supposed to be
You know what?
here.
Let me not get ratchet. Let me not get ratchet like her. Oh my God. Y'all see. No, I was never. I was never. I'm not nowhere near ratchet. That's why he goes to find y'all. That's why, because he knows I'm nothing like that. He knows I'm nothing like that.
Y'all, like as if I'm just like a side chick.
You are.
But, okay, so if I was a side chick, that means that your man is taking money out your account to pay for my bills. My expenses?
I doubt it, because I'm sure your bills are not much. Because I'm sure he probably found you at one of those strip clubs that he frequents. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I'm a y'all.
I'm pretty sure.
If that's your man, that means your husband's been sleeping with me this whole time. He's never going home.
Okay, he comes home, but don't worry about it. I'm gonna talk to him. I'm gonna talk to him, but don't worry, because I know where you work. I'll pull up to the club. I'll pull up to the club.
You need to find one
I'll pull up to the club.
That does come home.
I'll pull up to. Maybe I might come to your club and find one. Who knows? Who knows? But for now, don't text my man. Don't text my husband ever again. That's my husband. That's my husband. You don't know nothing about that. You don't know nothing about that.
He don't even say that he has a wife.
Okay, girl.
So that's something that you need to fix yourself.
Girl, okay.
You need to fix yourself.
Okay.
Because you have a husband that doesn't even say that he has a wife.
All right.
That's crazy.
No.
And we just got some rings too. I'll let you know that.
Some rings? Girl, bye.
Okay, we went ring shopping. So you need to tell your husband something like that.
Girl.
Yeah, laugh about it because you look good.
Girl, because the only rings y'all got is down to the club, them onion rings and fries that he goes down there to get some lemon peppers. To go get some lemon peppers. Girl, let me not get ratchet. Let me not get ratchet.
If he's married, he don't even wear his ring.
Okay.
That's sad.
He has a wife. Just know that. Just know that. Don't let me catch you around my man again, boo.
What you gonna do?
Don't let me catch you around my man again. Go ahead. Go ahead.
But what you gonna do?
Go ahead. Don't let me catch you around my man.
You said you doing all this and you still ain't doing
all right. No.
What you gonna do?
Obviously, Marcus.
You're not gonna do nothing. And before I go ahead and whoop your ass, I'm just gonna go ahead and take myself out the equation.
Please do.
And if you do post that, make sure you post how stupid you look.
Oh, I never look stupid. I never look stupid. Because I got something for both of y'all. I got something for both of y'all. I know I have something for both of y'all. Okay. All right, girl. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Get in your van. Go pick up your kids that you find a daddy for. Not my man. Go pick up your kids. Find a daddy for. Find a daddy for. Not my man. Not my husband. Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead. Go get in your little van. Go pick up your. I doubt it. I doubt it. I doubt it. He ain't. Marcus never seen. No. I doubt it.
It's paying for my kids' travel.
No.
It's paying for my kids' food.
We'll see. You still, girl. My husband never. I get benefits. I get benefits. That's my husband.
I'll show you my deposits.
Okay. All right. Don't worry. I'll be checking on that. Oh, she is. Don't worry. I am definitely going to find Marcus. Please don't worry. That's what I'm saying. He go to these ratchet clubs. He goes to these clubs and he just finds these people anywhere. He just finds them anywhere. You see? Yeah.
Well, that was clearly ghetto. Now, here's my question. Is this real or fake? I don't know. But it's hilarious because, first of all, lady, why are you going to find the woman? Why don't you argue with your husband at home? He's the one that has vows and owes you an explanation. That lady doesn't owe you anything. And for one, the lady was just telling her a bunch of lies clearly because first the woman said, oh, I know a Marcus, but he's not married. First of all, is it a coincidence that she knows a Marcus and that lady came to see somebody who was waiting on her husband, Marcus? No. Also, she then later says, where are your kids? When she says he's at home with his father, she says, no, it's not. No, they're not, because he's supposed to be coming here. You just said that you didn't know her husband. Now you talk about he don't wear his ring. Both of them are crazy and look real stupid. But hold on, let's get into part two. And here's the thing. This is also crazy because if this is real, why do people put stuff like this on the internet? I just have questions. Another thing is, at the end of the day, women confront other women rather than their men because they know they're not going to leave that man. They're not going to leave. Anytime a woman confronts the other woman rather than confronting the man who's the cheater and the liar, that's because they're not going to leave him. They know they're going to stay with him. They may act as though they're going to leave, but they're not. The reason they confront the woman is because they want to scare the woman off or make the woman feel sorry for what she did so she'll leave the man alone so they can just have him back to themselves. They're not going to leave the man. Anytime you confront a woman about your man, that's because you still want that man. If you don't want a liar and a cheater, there's no need to confront anyone once you see the evidence and the receipts. It's gone about your business. And if you have any grievances to file, then file them with him. The other woman is not the HR departments. Okay? But anyway, let's get into part two, honey, because this is juicy. And it's another one I'm going to show y'all too on this same person's page. It's another one, and it's nefarious too, but hold on. Just all so crazy. Here's part two. Y'all are messy. That's why y'all want to see this stuff, because y'all are just as messy as can be.
Yo, oh my God, yo, that was so crazy. Like, that's what I'm talking about with these men, these disgusting ass men. Yo, you seen what I just had to deal with? That's who he's cheating on me with. That's what he wants. Y'all, like, for real, that's what I'm saying. I'm almost at my house, bro, for real. I'm going, like, when I get in here, I'm gonna, like, really, like, yo, for real. Wait. Yeah. No, I know this girl is not at my house. I know she's not at my house. I know she's not at my house. You don't believe me? Who? You don't believe me? She's here, bruh. Look at this. At my house? Yo, I'm about to flip out. They about to see it. I know this girl car is not in my house. Wait, hold on, y'all. I know what the fuck is going on here. Oh, hell no. Why is this bitch in my house? Marcus, bitch, you told me you didn't know my husband. Hell no, oh no. Where's my shit? Where's my stuff? I'm about to know. No, I'm finna go downstairs and get what I need to get. I'm going to jail. I'm going to jail tonight. I'm going to jail right now. I'm going to jail. I swear to God. I'm going to jail. No, fuck that. What is she doing in my house, Marcus? No, fuck that. No, go to jail, bitch. Right? No, you don't love nothing, Marcus. You don't love nothing, Marcus. No, you don't love me. Fuck that. What are you doing, bitch? What are
you doing in my house? What are you doing in my house?
Give me a hug.
No, get off me. Get off me. Get off me.
Calm down.
No.
Calm down. Hey, calm down.
No.
Calm down.
Tell me what truth. Tell me what truth. I'm finna flip out. I'm finna flip out.
Okay.
No, fuck that. I'm finna flip out. No, fuck that.
Baby,
fuck that shit. No, I'm finna flip out. Yo, fuck.
Hold up.
No.
Hold
You told me that you was gonna leave her. Stop. No, who was gonna leave who? You was gonna. Oh, you gonna leave Junior? You're gonna leave Junior? He's 6 months old. You're gonna leave my son? You're gonna leave my son? You're gonna leave my son. He's gonna leave my son. No. He's gonna leave my motherfucking kid. He got
get together, have a nice dinner, talk this over. I want
have a dinner.
We can be together.
I'm not going to that tacky ass strip club to eat with y'all. I'm not going to that tacky ass strip club. No, I'm not going to that tacky ass strip club to eat with y'all. No, kiss my ass. Kiss my ass. No, fuck that. Bitch, get out my house.
Light Brown Sugar said he looks like the man that was fishing earlier. Oh, this is all so nefarious. One of you said they were auditioning for Tubi. Nas just said he wants to have sister wives. Y'all are something else, honey. But let's go to the last one. Now, this is another story where a man finds out his wife is cheating. Y'all tell me if this is real or fake. Let's get into it. Hold on. Now, the guy whose channel this is, Kevin Wesley, he's given his commentary because he likes to show these videos and break them down and explain, what he thinks should or shouldn't happen or whatever. But pay attention because this one's crazy. Y'all are something else.
So this is for my lawyers. We've been together for 5 years, and I found out that she's been cheating for the last 7 months. And so now what I want to do is I want to confront her and ask her if she's been cheating. And I want her to be upfront with me. If she's not, marriage's over. That's it. I'm done. All right. Hey, babe. You okay? Hey, so I got a question for you.
Yeah.
What? Oh, don't worry about it. I was just, just doing something.
Oh, like the TikTok or something?
Yeah, it's one of those things.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, where were you 4 weeks ago?
4 weeks ago. When? That's like a vague.
When you went on that, you said you were going to that place, that spot, that little food spot with Raven.
Oh yeah, the White Bowl. Yeah.
Yeah.
Raven, and then we went shopping.
Were you really there?
Yeah. Told you that.
You sure about that?
Yeah.
What about 3 weeks ago with Sarah?
3 weeks ago. Oh, when we went swimming?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was with her too. Why are you acting like that though?
Okay.
I told you this.
All right.
I was trying to figure out what kind of TikTok video this is.
Yeah. So 2 weeks ago you were going to that spot out a couple miles out with Brianna, right?
2 weeks. Okay, so we went from 4 weeks to 3 weeks. So 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, yeah, we went to the spa. That Asian spa I was telling you about that I wanted to go to.
Okay.
It's like that 24-hour one.
That's enough.
What?
Why don't you just tell me who you're seeing?
I'm not seeing anyone. Why are you asking? That's a stupid question.
Wow. Okay, so he's tried to give her an opportunity to tell the truth, right? That's a no-no, but I can understand getting this for court. right? I can understand even saying that on your phone right before you hit record, but you're not going to give her a chance either way. At least you shouldn't, because she's already covered up several lies. There's no need to see if she'll continue to lie. She has been continuing to lie. The moment that you see she's been out with this person and that person and that person, and you realize it all leads back to this other person, she was lying and she was covering her tracks. So believe me, she is not going to answer correctly if you give her this chance. So if you go to her and say, was you really at that place? All she's going to do is solidify the idea that she was really at that place. This is her plan. Denial. Okay, so you asking her that one time is not going to make her open up and tell you. You'd like for it to, but it's just not, right? And now that she's, he's admitted it, right? And said, I got you, right? You're not answering questions. I know you're cheating on me. Here she goes. That's a stupid question, right? So now she starts to gaslight and she's doing more than lies. And so this is what happens a lot of times when you question a narcissist or someone hiding a secret, okay? When you give them a line of questioning, they start to inflame you with insults, deflections, shaming you, tu quoque, which means you did it too, right? Or you're the blame, which is blame shifting. So you will not get validated in these moments. So if you want to see the true character of a person or the nature of a person when they are lying to you, you know, this questioning can reveal that, right? So now let's watch her behavior and see what all she does to her spouse after already cheating on him. She's already cheated. She's already lied. Let's see if she flips it on him, gaslights him, tries to make him feel like he's crazy, and all those extra very harmful things, right? Let's go.
Who's Rick?
It's your brother.
I don't have a brother named Rick.
Or your cousin or whatever.
It's not my cousin.
Why are you asking these questions? These are weird questions.
Because you are cheating on me, and I was trying to see if you would come forward and tell me like a natural person. Okay, so those messages in your phone, were you?
Real quick, he thought she would come forward and tell him like a natural person. People are human. They lie. They're deceitful. They cover their tracks. You have to make sure that you vet the character of the person. Don't let your love for them tell you that that you can trust them. It is no indication that they'll treat you correctly, that they are disciplined enough to keep and hold to their commitments and be faithful to you. Your trust is no indication that they can do that. So watch their patterns, okay, and move accordingly, knowing their character, okay? Let's not be so emotional that we choose people because we're attracted and because we're in love, when that can fail down the road, okay? So he expected her to tell him the truth like a natural person, but she wasn't. He wanted to give her an opportunity to tell the truth. She never gave him an opportunity to know the truth so that he can decide whether or not he wanted to be around that, right? So she's denying him the chance to even free himself from something that he didn't agree to. There's no way he should think she's going to be a natural person and be honest right here. So that's a false dichotomy, right? I thought you'd tell the truth. So I tried to give you a chance. Don't let that upset you. If you give somebody a chance to tell the truth and they don't take that chance, don't let it upset you, okay? It speaks to their character, has nothing to do with you, family. All right, let's continue.
We're saying, oh, I love you. Oh, this is the best I've ever had. Oh, man, I feel sore.
Why are you going through my phone? Why would you be going through my phone, first of all, like that? Like,
so now she's distracted or deflecting, right? So why would you be going through my phone? What does that have to do with the text messages I just read off to you? Why did your response? Why is your response? Why did you go through my phone? She didn't deny it because it's true, but she also doesn't want to talk about it. She wants to talk about him. See how she found a way to blame him for it? You went through my phone. Why? Right? It's irrelevant why. I've already found this information, but let's continue.
Don't change the subject matter. Don't change the subject matter. What you trying to do?
Sorry, then she's gonna lie. I'm not changing the subject. See, a demon will lie right to your face about something they just did. I'm not changing the subject, but you took my phone though. Let's see how long it goes before she gets back on subject, because what they'll do is keep you off subject, and sometimes they're successful while claiming they're not changing the subject. Let's go.
Extra, you acting insecure.
Oh yeah.
Why are you going through my phone? There's no reason to do that.
Well, listen.
When you go through people's stuff, you find stuff you don't want to see.
Oh, so now you're gonna blame me for this then?
I'm just saying you didn't need to go through my phone. Like, why are you going through my phone? And why are you?
She was successful. She changed the subject. We're not talking about those text messages anymore. We're only talking about going through his phone. So now she's lecturing him. He's insecure. He's always going through her phone. So now he's stalking her. He's insecure. And it's his fault for going through the phone, because when people go through the phone, they find stuff. See how she's not accountable? So in her mind, everybody does this. Just don't go through people's phone and you won't know. Deniability, no accountability, right? Let's go.
I'm recording.
I don't have to stop recording.
Oh my gosh, you're acting extra. Always been insecure.
You know what?
Gaslighting. You're acting extra. You're doing too much. You always do this. You always do the most. That's gaslighting. And then she goes back to, you're insecure. A demon will ruin your world if you believe their words. Don't let them stall you. Push past their words. Get the proof, because they will lie to you till they're blue in the face. Okay? Let's go.
We're done.
Done what?
Like, this marriage is over.
What are you talking about?
This is from our lawyers.
Why are you really?
Yeah, just
you gotta be petty like that. Why are you recording?
So you're gonna gaslight me because you want to step on the marriage. 5 years in this marriage, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, you wanna go fucking cheat.
I mean, you're always working all the time anyway. So.
Oh, so it's my fault.
It's his fault. So because he works all the time, you went and found another guy to lay up under, risk your health with, risk his health with, risk your womb with, risk your relationship with. All this is because he works too much? No, it's because you have bad character. See how that works? It's because you have bad character. It's not his job. It's you. You have the problem. He's at work so he can provide. You don't tell him because he works too much, you're going to go cheat on him, right? That means you're the problem. What are you going to say? Oh, he was working too much and that was the problem. That's why I found myself under another man. You got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me. But she's gaslighting him just like the man called it out. And I love that he called it out. See, when dealing with a demon family, they tell you say the name Jesus, but that's a euphemism. Jesus is the way, the truth, and the light. So tell them the truth, right? It's a parable. When a demon is lying to you, when they're deceiving you, gaslighting you, manipulating you, simply tell them they are a liar, manipulator, gaslighting you. In that moment, tell them and watch how they behave. You will call that demon to the surface and they will show you themselves. See, they'll want to lie and play you right to your face. They will lie straight to your face. See, most people have morals, okay? So let's just look at cussing, right? It's considered inappropriate. Some people have morals surrounding cussing, and they believe it's absolutely wrong and they won't do it. And when they do it, they feel they've made a mistake between them and maybe God, and they, feel bad, or they apologize or repent, whatever you may have it. So some people believe that words are really bad, okay? That if you say this word, it's really bad. But most people look at these words as they're just inappropriate. They don't believe that words can hold such an impact, but they will refrain from saying these words in public, right? So they don't look at it like cussing is morally wrong, but lies is far different. Lies have an impact that is far greater than cussing. You can ruin somebody's life with lies, right? You can destroy your own life with lies. You can end somebody's life, take somebody's freedom with a lie, change someone's whole world with a lie, break their heart with a lie, right? Okay, so now that you can enslave them with a lie, right? Now, some people don't have any morals towards lying. They will just tell a lie. Now, most of us, we care about that, but some people don't care. So that's a weapon in their arsenal. When you won't use that weapon because you think it's bad, you think it's horrible, you can see the consequences of it. Some people don't care. They're willing to use that immoral thing, that lie, to get wherever they want in life. They don't care who they destroy. Do you understand? And that is dangerous. That's why I call that person a demon. They aim to steal, kill, and destroy with their desires in mind. They're a demon. And so whatever they say to you, you can't believe, because they've built a pattern of lies. And the only way for you to get to the truth, push past them, walk right past them, get with reality, test what they say, do the investigation, do the research, because you can't trust them. They'll even try to hold you hostage to your trust. You're supposed to trust me. If you don't trust me, I don't see how we can be together. They'll try and force you to believe you have to trust them, regardless of the patterns that they've presented to you, man. This is why you can't let a demon manipulate you. You understand? You'll think that you're not supposed to look or ask because you're supposed to have this trust for them. So a lot of people won't ask, where are you going? They won't. Listen, I'm going to tell you this. If a man really trusts you, if a person really trusts you, your alibis may go through one ear and out the other because they trust you. So they won't remember who you went with or where you even went. This is not because they love you. It's because they're comfortable. They trust you, right? Don't be so gullible or aloof that you don't know where your partner is. As a man, it makes you not such a good protector because you don't really know where she is and who she's with, right? So be a good listener, and here are the added rewards, because if you go investigate and she'll say you stalked me, you don't want to be pulling up at nobody's house. I wouldn't want my girl pulling up at my house to see if I'm where I say I am. This is not what I mean by, validate and make sure they're telling you the truth. So let's say be a good listener. Don't stalk, don't investigate, don't go through the phone if you can help it, but be a very good listener, family, okay? Listen to where they say they're going. Listen if the story makes sense. Listen closely. It makes you a good listener, and the benefits to being a good listener is you get to catch inaccuracies, inconsistencies, and when you hear them, log them or ask about them. Do you understand? But let's continue, family.
Oh, so it's my fault.
I wasn't cheating. I wasn't cheating.
Oh, so he just slipped and fell onto his dick then, huh?
I didn't fall onto anything. What are you talking about? There's nothing that you saw.
No, she didn't trip and fall. This was conscious. She got out with the guy. She talked with him, flirted with him, went out with him again, probably went out with him again. And now she has this whole relationship with him, lying, being deceitful behind your back. So no, she didn't trip and fall. Even worse, she made a conscious decision to go risk y'all's marriage, relationship, whatever children you may have, raising them together. She forfeited everything over a desire. See how that works? And she's going to look you in your face and say, I didn't cheat. Absolutely, she did. You're looking in the phone, seeing I was sore, seeing I enjoyed myself. You're seeing all of this stuff. So what you got to think about those days. Did she sleep with you on those days? Or did she come home pretending like something was wrong with her? Either is pretty bad, but it's worse if she came home and really laid down and slept with you, because she's going to transfer that right to you without your consent. And they think this stuff is okay. When you are in a relationship, you're supposed to be free from that stuff. Okay, you're supposed to be safe from that stuff. Otherwise, you could just stay single and be out there and throw your own stuff on the crap table, right? But no, you're in a relationship where you're supposed to be safe and being treated that way. But the person you're in a relationship with is going out doing that stuff. And so now you're not safe from it, right? You just found out that she's been messing with potentially multiple guys here.
All right, guys. So this is for my lawyers.
Okay, so that was interesting. But at the end of the day, do y'all think it was fake or staged? I know one thing. If she was really doing what he said was in that phone, then he's crazy if he stays with her. But he said he was leaving. Okay, somebody said Kevin looks like, I think was it High Kicks to Your Teeth? Somebody said Kevin looks like he covers himself in coconut oil before bed. And somebody said that Fez smells like Brute Cologne. First of all, that's not a Fez. It's a Koofy. Y'all are so nefarious. Y'all were talking about he has 2 wives. Yes, Kevin Wesley does have 2 wives. Yes. Okay. Queen, who the hell is taking advice from this? Leonard, I'm not even going to read that. It is nefarious. Nasha says she's for the streets. Apparently so, beloved. That crazy bitch Eric said, I cannot with the nefarious ones. Y'all are something else. Okay, I'm out of here. I hope y'all had a good time, honey. Okay, that was for your entertainment purposes only. Pay attention. With that all being said, everyone please like and share, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click the notification bell, click the word all, so that you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. I'm going to have to upload this video on the backup channel. I'm going to have to upload this on the backup channel. Ain't this the same man who paid for his daughter's wedding and she kicked him out, says Miss Edie? No, Kevin did that video, but that didn't really happen to him. He did a skit. That really happened to another person whose video that he obviously watched. And so he just reenacted it. That's what that was. But it wasn't him that happened to. But yeah, there was a guy whose stepdaughter got him to pay for the wedding and then didn't really want him to come because her real father was coming, her biological father, who didn't pay for anything. Pay attention. Okay. Oh, that crazy bitch Eric said I have to watch the replay because I came in late. All right, beloved. Well, everyone, enjoy the rest of this beautiful day. Okay, each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. And always remember, beloveds, to keep the Most High first in your lives. And please make sure you share this video. Y'all see they have the Queen Shadow Band, honey. They didn't even want to let me get on live today. Isn't it all so nefarious? Okay, so with that all been said, I wish you all love, peace, and light. And I will talk to you all again soon. Peace.